What's up, guys? I know it's been a while, but I had to get the boys back together for this list.
Sleepy, it's been months since we did the last one. Do you even remember what a tier list is?
It's nice to see we can pick up right where we left off.
Okay, Joe, what's the list you gathered us here to do? I hope it's a good one.
Today, we're going to be making a Call of Duty tier list.
Okay, I'm gonna run the tier list, since I don't think any of you guys can be trusted to do it yourselves.
Classic Obama.
Whoa!
Oh, come on, man.
Yay, I already got it pulled up, so let's get into it.
Call of Duty has made a lot of games. I'll be interested to see if Creepy can make it to the end without falling asleep.
I love Call of Duty. The campaigns are so fun. And playing multiplayer with friends is a true classic. I haven't played the new ones, though.
Yeah, with a view that positive, I can tell.
All right, let's get started. I don't think any of us played the first few games, so we should just start with COD 4. And I gotta say, this is an easy S tier.
I agree, Joe. And what a game to start on. Not only did COD 4 revolutionize the gaming industry as a whole, it is arguably the best COD of all time. It's gotta go into S tier.
Yeah, this has got to be the easiest S tier of all time. Not only the potential GOAT of Call of Duty, but a runner for greatest FPS of all time.
I mean, when we're talking about classic video games, this has to be one of the first to come up. Instant S tier.
Okay, that was easy. Next up is World at War.
This is another easy S tier. My personal favorite COD game. I love the maps in this game, and the campaign was so good.
I don't know, George, the campaign was pretty goated, but World at War didn't really innovate its multiplayer too much from COD 4. It was basically just a World War II version of the previous title. That being said, I would still put it in A tier.
Well said, Donnie. I couldn't agree more. I think A tier is a perfect spot for this game. Highly underrated in my opinion. Okay, guys, next up is another classic, Modern Warfare 2.
Are you talking about the OG one or the new one that came out last year?
Come on, Sleepy, pay attention. Why would he be talking about the new one right after doing World at War?
I mean, he's got a point. Activision did cause a lot of confusion when they ripped the old names to make money. I think for the new ones, we'll mention the year to avoid any confusion.
That's actually a good idea, George.
Anyways, Modern Warfare 2 is an auto S tier. One-man army, as well as being able to get a nuke in multiplayer, the classic maps, as well as so many classic weapons to choose from. Do I really have to keep going?
Shoot me, I must be dreaming. Joe, you've never been more right about anything in your life.
MW2 was a game filled with broken and OP guns and perks from start to finish. Constantly getting beamed by the ACR or noob tubed really made me hate this game. I can't put it higher than C tier.
What the heck are you talking about? Maybe if you used noob tubes and the ACR, you would have found Osama bin Laden instead of letting Obama do it.
Finders, keepers, losers, weepers. What can I say?
Yeah, I don't want to hear it. He was spamming Cold-Blooded Pro the whole time.
Okay, well, I'm putting MW2 in S tier because clearly George is a little salty. Next up, we have BO1.
I miss this age of COD so much. Back-to-back bangers, just one after another.
I know, right? Black Ops 1 has to be another S tier, combining the great characters of the campaign with the goated zombies maps. I haven't even talked about multiplayer yet, and it already deserves an S tier.
Even the music was goated.
Holy shit, I forgot about how much of a banger the BO1 menu music was. I could sit and listen to that and be happy. I don't even have to play the game.
I'm glad we're all in agreement here. Next up, we have MW3, and I'm talking about the OG one here, not the new one.
MW3 was total garbage. I couldn't put it above C tier. A complete downgrade from the previous Modern Warfare title. The campaign, the multiplayer, and Spec Ops are all better in MW2.
Are you crazy? Just because they were better in MW2 doesn't mean they weren't good in MW3.
I agree with both of you here. The game was good, but I don't think it was as good as World at War or Black Ops 1. What do we think about the B tier?
I can't believe what I'm hearing right now. While MW3 was completely overshadowed by the games that came out around it, it was still an all-time classic Call of Duty and deserves the A tier minimum. So many goated guns like the MSR and the Akimbo FMG9s. How could you forget?
Joe, if you had put as much effort into your presidency as you are right now, you could have actually had a chance at getting reelected.
Don't worry, it shouldn't be hard to beat an orange leather jacket.
Okay guys, calm down. I'll put MW3 in the A tier. Up next is Black Ops 2, and I gotta start by saying this is my personal favorite Call of Duty, easy S tier.
Yeah, right. The campaign and zombies were awesome, but multiplayer was god-awful. Shock charges were super aids to play against, and everyone just spammed the LSAT target finder. This can't go higher than the B tier.
Don, there is no way you're going to get elected if the voters hear about this. Black Ops 2 was arguably the best COD there was. Goated sniping and multiplayer, as well as truly goated campaigns and zombies. This game brought us both Menendez and Origins. Can't go lower than S tier.
Yeah, Donald, you might be going senile if you think BO2 is worse than World at War and MU3. This was the game that really turned zombies from a side game mode into an integral part of the Call of Duty experience. You also can't forget this was one of the only Call of Duty campaigns to have legit side missions and a branching storyline. It has to go into S tier. Also, #transit best map.
You know, Joe, you had me up until the end there, but I have to agree. Screw you, Donnie. BO2 has to go into S tier.
Wow, Hussein, I didn't think you would always side with the Democrat. I am truly disappointed.
Don, you know that ranking Call of Duties means much more to me than some political party. I have the utmost respect for the sanctity of the tier list.
I guarantee Don doesn't like BO2 because he sucked at sniping.
That's not true. I was a monster with the XPR-50.
And the truth is revealed, Donnie sucks at sniping and Black Ops 2 goes into S tier. Next up, we have Call of Duty Ghosts.
One of, if not the most underrated COD of all time. A top 5 campaign and a very innovative multiplayer. If the community accepted the new perk system more, this could have been a top 5 Call of Duty. Has to go at least in the A tier. Ghosts was a game that wasn't afraid to take risks. And while some of them didn't work, you have to respect them for trying.
Yeah, trying and failing. They told us Levolution was going to be crazy, and it turned out to mean one tree and one map could fall down. The campaign was good, but the multiplayer was pretty mid, and Extinction was trash. Do you not remember playing hour-long TDM games on Stonehaven? Can't go higher than C tier. This game was dog overall.
You know, I actually kind of liked Extinction. It was a breath of fresh air that COD needed, and the campaign was really good. I would put this game in B tier personally. What about you, Joe?
Honestly, I really didn't play Ghosts. I played the campaign, but after that I just played GTA 5 instead since the multiplayer was trash.
I rest my case. While the campaign was really good, Black Ops 2 was the last COD in the golden age. Ghost couldn't hold up to the standard that the previous 5 titles set, and in the end it was a forgettable game. C tier, please.
You have a point, Don, but people today are still waiting for Ghost 2, so they can finish the campaign story. I'll meet in the middle and put it in B tier. Next up, we have Advanced Warfare.
Okay, I know I'm gonna get hate for this, but Advanced Warfare was actually so good. The movement was so fun, and the gunplay was really good in this game. It's an A tier for me.
Shut up, George. The only reason you liked this game was because your mom didn't care that you spent hundreds of dollars on supply drops. You had like every skin in that game.
Playing Advanced Warfare without buying supply drops was like playing Clash of Clans without buying gems. You were at a constant disadvantage to blatantly overpowered, pay-to-win guns, and it just made the game feel really bad. It can't go higher than D tier.
As someone who got the ASM-1 Speakeasy out of a free supply drop, I feel both sides of this. If you had the OP stuff, the game was actually really fun, but casual players were at a huge disadvantage. I'm gonna put it in the D tier.
Wait, what about Exo Zombies? The Easter eggs were always fun, and adding new types of zombies added a new challenge that I personally liked.
That's actually a good point. I completely forgot about Exo Zombies. I'll move it up to C tier then. Next up, we have Black Ops 3.
The pinnacle of pay-to-win Call of Duty. Without a doubt, this game had the best zombies experience as well as the best Exo multiplayer, but supply drop weapons completely ruined this game. Even to this day, I still only have like 10% of them. This can't go higher than B tier.
Yeah, the zombies for this game were actually so good. The Giant, Shadows of Evil, Der Eisendrock, so many goated maps. I think B tier is a good spot for this game, considering the campaign was so garbage.
No way this game is an easy S tier. The movement in the multiplayer was so good, and if you did the contracts, you could get every supply drop gun.
Joe, I don't know who's paying you to say that, but I probably got more than 30 melee weapons dupes for every new gun I got. It was rarer to get a gun than it is to unbox a knife in CSGO. This game can't go higher than B tier.
Was I the only one that actually kind of liked the campaign? Once you do the research and learn the story, it actually becomes really cool.
Yeah, Barack, I'm not watching a 3-hour lore video so I can understand why Taylor smoked a bunch of meth to get to the frozen forest.
Yeah, Obama, I don't know what you're on. The multiplayer campaign was a cool touch, but it doesn't add much when the campaign was a literal heap of garbage. The more we talk about it, the less I like it.
Okay, then I'm gonna put it in B tier and move on. Next up is Infinite Warfare.
How could anyone forget this game? Remember when the trailer was the most disliked video on YouTube?
This game was so bloated with microtransactions, it felt more like a mobile game. Easy D tier, and if it's any higher, you're crazy.
Now hold on, George. Both the campaign and zombies in Spaceland are super underrated and overshadowed by how god-awful the multiplayer was in this game. I would put it in C tier, but I could even see it going into the B tier.
I loved the zombies, and the campaign was really good as well. I never expected for a robot to be one of my favorite characters in a COD campaign.
You guys are forgetting that they bundled Infinite Warfare with MWR to get more people to buy the game. That scummy move alone has to put this game in D tier.
I actually forgot about that. Obama put this game in D tier before I get mad.
Before you get mad, what are you gonna do? Sniff my hair? On second thought, yeah, Obama put it in D tier. I don't want Joe's veiny, decrepit hands anywhere near me.
Okay then, but are we going to rate MWR as well?
Of course we are. The supply drops and live support in this game made it a lot different from COD 4. They added so many new guns and maps into this game.
While that may be the case, I can't in good faith put this game any higher than B tier. Maybe it's nostalgia talking, or maybe the player base changed over the years, but I really thought this game got stale fast.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The depot credit system made it so you could grind to bypass the paywall, but even then, a lot of the guns they added were blatantly OP on launch. Being able to play the COD 4 campaign with better graphics was really nice, though.
Yeah, shooting Zakhaev in HD was something I wanted to do for years, not to mention being able to replay all gillied up is always nice. I think I'd be fine with this game in B tier.
Okay, then sounds good. Up next, we have World War II.
Talk about a highly underrated game. The 1v1 pit in the headquarters was always a blast, and you can't forget that this game created the war game mode. The campaign was super fun, and their take on zombies was something new and refreshing. I would go as far to say that this game should be in the A tier.
Joe, I'm not surprised you like this game, considering you're old enough to be in it. The Zombies was incredibly mid, and the campaign was an average copy-paste World War II story. I will admit the war mode was fun at first, but most of the new maps they added to it were really bad. I would put this game in the C tier.
I'm gonna have to agree with Joe here. This game is super underrated. If Fortnite didn't come out during this game's life cycle, it would have been remembered a lot more fondly by the community. I would put it in B tier, but I wouldn't be mad at A tier.
I'm glad you said that, George. I completely agree. This game was completely killed by Fortnite, and even now the only active lobbies are the shipment 24/7 ones. This game had fun game modes, a solid campaign, and lots of DLC content that wasn't locked behind stupid supply drops. I would rate this game A tier.
Are you kidding me? They advertised the zombies as scary, but the scariest thing about it was listening to Joe try and read the Easter egg steps. The multiplayer was just people spamming the bar, and the campaign was played so safe, it didn't even feel like I was in a war. You can't put this game on the same level as World at War and Modern Warfare 3.
Okay, fine, I'll put it in B tier, but the real ones know how good this game is. Up next, we have Black Ops 4.
Remember the campaign in this game? Yeah, neither do I, since they replaced it with Blackout. The zombies in this game were pretty underrated, but besides that, I was not a fan. They slapped the Black Ops name on this for sales, and that was it. Gotta be C tier.
What are you talking about? This game was so good. The specialists in this game were so fun, and I was a big fan of multi-level attachments and operator mods. It's got to be at least B tier.
Yeah, Joe, you're clearly reading the teleprompter again if you're saying you like the riot shield with a gun and the strobe light shotgun. This was a doo-doo game with the Black Ops name slapped on it so it would sell. Put this trash in D tier so we can move on.
Yeah, I agree with George and Don here, sorry Joe. I'll put it in C tier, but next up is Modern Warfare 2019.
And the new age of Call of Duty begins. This game has to go in S tier. The new graphics were super realistic and the campaign was so good.
Yeah, this game looked so good and the gunplay was super smooth. Also, Clean House is one of the most iconic campaign missions since All Gillied Up. Gotta be S tier.
You know the game is mid, when the best thing about it is the graphics. Sure, the campaign was good, but the multiplayer was worse than Joe's reading comprehension skills. Does no one remember that they got rid of map voting and added giant battlefield maps that encourage camping? Also, Spec Ops in this game was a complete dud to the point where most people forget it altogether. If you take Shoot House and Shipment out of this game, it can't go higher than C tier.
I hate to say it, but the Troll Doll has a point. The maps in this game were terrible. I never understood why they got rid of the classic mini-map in a game where the maps were so big. The graphics were really good in this game, but all I played was Get Shot in the Back Simulator. I can't put it higher than D tier.
You guys are crazy. Modern Warfare 2019 revamped the series and brought back a lot of old players. Search and Destroy in this game was so fun, and Warzone was goated in its own right.
Sadly, Joe, Warzone isn't a part of what we're judging, since technically it's its own separate game.
Honestly, now that you say it, I do remember how trash most of the maps were in multiplayer. Getting cross-mapped by the 725 and constantly dying to claymores really wasn't fun, and made me want to quit before they added a shoot house and shipment. I don't think it should be in the same tier as Infinite Warfare, though.
I'm glad you came to your senses, George. I'll put it in C tier out of respect for Joe, but it really can't go higher than that. Next up, we have Cold War.
This game makes me so angry. The second straight game that tried using the Black Ops name to boost its sales. I remember seeing the trailer for this game and being so hyped for the campaign, only to find out that Mason and Woods can be entirely removed from the story without anything changing. The multiplayer felt the same as Black Ops 4, but the skill-based matchmaking in this game made me rage so hard. I did like the first couple of Zombies maps though. I would put this in the B tier.
Honestly, I agree. The only thing I remember about this game was how awful the skill-based matchmaking was in multiplayer. Both the campaign and the zombies were fun, but nothing above average. I can't put a game that punishes you for being good any higher than B tier.
Wait, are you guys serious? Finding Perseus in the campaign was super interesting, because you could choose a good or bad ending. I would put this game in the A tier.
Yeah, turning Woods and Mason into easy-to-kill enemies was a slap in the face to OG COD fans, and I personally hated that they did that. The more we talk about this game, the more I hate it.
Fine, I'll put it in B tier. Next up, we have Call of Duty Vanguard.
This game gets a really bad rap, and I don't think it deserves it. Sure, the campaign and the zombies were pretty bad, but the multiplayer was super underrated. It flowed really fast, and the gunplay was as smooth as it was in Modern Warfare 2019. I would put this game in the A tier.
I don't know about you, Sleepy, but if 2/3 of the game is pretty bad, it can't go in A tier. I do agree that the multiplayer is underrated, but I can't put this game higher than the C tier.
Yeah, Joe, you can't say the game is good if the majority of it is bad. I personally wasn't a fan of the multiplayer either, so I would put it in the D tier.
Was I the only one that liked the zombies? I liked how you could do missions to progress forward and get more points and loot.
George, you might be the only living person on Earth to like Vanguard zombies. That shit was so ass, I would rather vote for Joe than play it.
Okay, I'm gonna put it in the C tier. Next up, we have Modern Warfare 2 2022.
God, this game played slower than Sleepy's brain works. The campaign was okay, but the multiplayer actually put me to sleep with how slow it was. The skill-based matchmaking in this game made me want to pull my hair out, and none of the broken stuff ever got fixed. Easy D tier.
I'm surprised you didn't pull your hair out considering it's fake. I thought the campaign was good for this game, but the multiplayer was pretty bad. I was a big fan of playing DMZ though.
It's only been a year, and I completely forgot DMZ was a thing. I killed that one boss to get the M13, then never played it again. I agree with the annoying orange. This game was trash and can't go higher than the D tier.
My favorite part of the game was that you had to navigate away from the store to play multiplayer. All this game did was try and push bundles on people so they would get easy skill-based matchmaking. Please put this garbage in D tier.
Well, now I'm glad I didn't buy this game. I knew it was overhyped as soon as I saw the Mastery camos.
Yeah, unlike Osama, you really dodged a bullet there. Okay, I'm putting this in D tier and we're moving on. We're actually on the last game, Modern Warfare 3 2023. And since this game isn't over yet, we'll be judging it on how it's been so far.
I mean, that doesn't really matter. It's D tier either way. Imagine paying $70 for DLC. The zombies in this game are complete garbage, and the campaign was the shortest one we got, with half of them being garbage Warzone missions.
Wow, another terrible take from the sun-tanned walrus. We get weekly challenges and new camos to grind for every month, as well as lots of new guns and aftermarket parts. The zombies is also pretty fun if you give it a chance. With all the content, this game gets its gotta go in A tier.
Joe, I don't know about you, but Zombies is literally just DMZ, but they took the guns away from the AI. I haven't seen something that shameless since Donnie started selling his mugshot merch.
I'm a shrewd businessman, what can I say?
Come on, Obama, can we meet in the middle and put it in B tier at least?
Sure, Joe, I don't mind seeing it in B tier.
Wow, Joe, good negotiating. Have you been reading my book?
No, Don, I would literally rather eat your book than read it.
Yeah, because you can't read.
Yeah, well, Melania loved the bedtime story I read her last night.
Normally I would get mad, but her room is on the second floor and you're way too geriatric to climb stairs.
Okay, guys, calm down. What do you want to do now?
I could be down for some Minecraft now that you mention it.
Yeah, we still haven't beaten the Ender Dragon on our world yet.
Oh, can I join?
I mean, sure you can join, but be careful because Don loves stealing diamonds.
No, I don't. Joe stole your diamonds and blamed me.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Last I checked, it was innocent until proven guilty. I gotta go eat dinner, so how about we come back in an hour and all get on?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
See you guys later.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more tier lists like this one. Make sure to leave a comment telling us what you want us to rate next time. See you later.